So I'm back. I'm sorry I had to take a break from the channel. Turns out I had COVID. I managed to go the whole year without catching it, and as soon as things started to go back to normal for the world, of course I get it. I'm pretty much back to normal after having a high temperature for almost a week, and pretty much not going anywhere else other than the bathroom and bed. This thing is no joke, so please take care of yourselves out there and follow the precautions. I had a chance to watch a lot of stuff while I was down, so there's plenty of great horror to pass on to you guys, now that I can formulate a cohesive thought and a full sentence. So it's high time for me to get back into the horror with a new horror gem called The Toll. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights, a part of the Kings of Horror Network. I'm ML Miller. While you might be watching this video on the Kings of Horror Network, I urge you to click over to my ML Miller Frights YouTube page and give it a like. Please share with all of your buddies. Click subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. The Toll is new in select theaters, on demand and digital download from Saban Films. It's directed and written by Michael Nader. When Spencer, played by Max Toplin, a socially awkward Uber driver, picks up Cammy, played by Jordan Hayes, from the airport, both think they're in for an uneventful late-night drive. But on the way home, the GPS guides them to a route neither have taken before, and soon they find themselves trapped on a long, dark, and never-ending country road. When the car breaks down, Cammy believes the odd driver is pulling some kind of sick prank, but both soon realize that there are supernatural forces at work here, and both Spencer and Cammy find themselves trapped and stalked by an ephemeral force known as the Toll Man. Once the Toll Man appears, the ultimate price must be paid. While the setup feels like an urban legend you've heard either online as a creepypasta or a late-night ghost story around the campfire, The Toll feels like the introduction to an all-new, all-scary, supernatural slasher icon. There is a whole kind of universe with rules and an assortment of creatures introduced in The Toll. While the Toll Man himself looks a bit like the Chatterer Cenobite with less leather, he is a unique monster with a smiley face sort of carved into his mug. His ghostly minions, dredged from his victims' worst fears and nightmares, make for some Freddy's Nightmares-like horror that feels much more personal than any machete out of the darkness. The fact that the Toll Man also plays Spencer and Cammy against one another is yet another aspect of what makes this story more intense as he tweaks up the paranoia and distrust with all of the illusions and mindfuckery going on. Filmmaker Michael Nader does a great job of introducing just enough twists and turns to keep the interest going without revealing too much of the story of the Toll Man. Nader takes full advantage of the deep darkness surrounding the victims on either side of the road and makes every turn a dangerous one. Reminiscent of such road movie horror slashers as Jeepers Creepers, which mainly focused on a pair of victims the whole way through, The Toll is a fastly paced film with some fun jump scares, a very gnarly edge, and an antagonist that deserves its own sequel. While many films seem to already want a sequel before even established an interesting premise or a killer, The Toll does so effortlessly, utilizing just the tip of the iceberg of this monster and his madness, which reminded me of how I felt when I first watched Terrifier. The Toll will keep you guessing from beginning to end. It's a well-crafted and deviously executed little film that deserves many eyes transfixed to it. That'll be it for today. Please chime in down below in the comments and let me know how on the nose or mind-numbingly wrong I am, or you can counter with your own review. So guys, you know how YouTube works. I'd love to be able to dedicate more time to this channel. I'm not monetized yet, so if you want to help me out, remember to hit all the pertinent bells and whistles down below. Want some spooky comics to read? I have 2 new horror comic book trade paperbacks you should look out for. Both Gravetrancers and Pirouette, collecting never-before-published issues, can be found in only the finest of comic book shops. If you're looking for written reviews, you can find them on my website, mlmillerwrites.com. If you really want to show your support, I also have a Patreon page at mlmiller. Look for the link to my Patreon page down below. Thank you so much for your time, and take care.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside